Good afternoon and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Um, Make sure you guys shoot me a like if you guys learned something, and share my video. It's very much appreciated. So in this video, you're going to get some updated, very helpful information. And today the main point of the video is going to get you guys those monthly expected moves. And in these types of moments, wouldn't you have liked to known when this thing curls up, we can get to 618. And as you know, we were open for that, and we were preaching that, and we definitely got there today. And now we have to see if we're going to get some kind of reversal signal, and that has not changed at this point. Something is interesting here. We'll look at the Qs. They were able to close just outside of that monthly expected move, but now we can utilize these moves for certain things. We do have daily expected moves as well. I just want to make sure we get the monthly ones to start off. So to the upside, you have that 642.25 for the SPY and 593.45, which would be a great level to get to. If we do end up seeing some kind of pullback, we can look for this type of area if we're there early on in June. But if we're going to be able to extend this move, maybe we're able to break down there towards the end of the month. So we'll be watching the markets very closely around this time. But if you're looking for an area that you can pay attention to for the daily pullback, I would be looking for it in July if we see this SPY head down below 593.45, and you see those reversal signals. Now, if you see a 2-hour divergence down here, it's very likely that the daily pullback will be finished at this point. And if you're wondering, hey, if we're just going to, squeeze into infinity and go into an absolute blow off top, hey, you could get that pullback and then going, maybe down here, and then end up going all the way back up to 642. And if you do make it up here, well then the bulls are really going to be in control, and you're probably not going to revisit these levels, but instead maybe revisit somewhere around here, around that 610 level, maybe all the way up to 620. We'll just have to see. If you're needing those daily expected moves for the SPY, you have 621.04 to the upside, and you have 614.66 to the downside. And I have included our gamma flip level for tomorrow, which is 608.57. And as you know, that's kind of what I would call an acceleration zone. So if you see it hit that acceleration zone, we might hit that weekly expected move at 605.54 to the downside before turning back up with 624.28 priced in for Thursday. Now, a 2-hour pullback would be something that we are still paying attention to, and now that we have seen potential reversal signals for it, but are we going to actually see these play out? Right, multiple times you've seen where we have, we had let's go back here. We've had like a moment of weakness and then pop back up, a moment of weakness and pop back up. And we're going to see if that's going to take place now, with the most probable thing being all these divergences, and now the divergence down here on the RSI, and MACD at the same time. Now, these are not confirmed, but this would suggest, if this does confirm, that you're going to make some kind of downward trend here that potentially curl up later for a 2-hour pullback. So that's something that we will be watching. Let's go over here to the Qs. 551, and the Qs are in a similar boat. We're gonna get the let me get you the updated monthly expected moves for the Qs. To the upside, it's 578.54, way up there, and to the downside area, we can pay attention to a pullback right around this level of 524.74. So we look for if we're going to hold up better, we actually would like this daily chart to pull back into that zone before we go higher. The ceiling has, or the floor has been risen just a little bit. We have bought ourselves a lot of time. I don't think we're gonna go down to 480 down here, or that 560 down at SPY currently, but we're paying attention. If we do get that daily pullback around that 516 level, and we can get at least our monthly expected move, and and that at least shows its face in that zone. And you could say now, hey, if we end up down here at these levels, you can look for reversal signals right around 520 to 524. And that would be fantastic. So, very nice for the market to do this. As you can see, that 30-minute as of today set up a bunch of points of divergence. We have not seen a good confirmation of that divergence just yet, so we are waiting. You do have 550, 521 for tomorrow to the upside and 548.07 to the downside. Now, this is a shortened trading week, so we do have an opportunity to, let me go back to the SPY. And so you do have, let me go back here to the daily. And so it is a shortened trading week, so we do have the opportunity to keep seeing that, little squeezing type of movement. Let me get rid of some of this for you guys, clean up the chart. I don't know why, I'm just leaving it there. Boop, boop, boop. I'm sure there's a faster way of doing this. I apologize. That squeezing type of behavior all the way into July 4th. And this is what, this is what I kept saying. This, it seems back in these areas, you see how it just, you're trading a little bit to realize, hey, if we pull back and we curl up those 30-minute divergences, you just got to be very careful. We can continue to squeeze to the upside. And thank you to that 30-minute divergence on the SPY, which led to that 2-hour pop. And when that 2-hour crosses up and we see that upside, that's exactly what it told us. And when we saw that, we said, hey, the stock market is posturing like they potentially want to continue this at least into July 9th. So we will be watching for that. So what we're looking for is a setup here for a divergence in the 2-hour to pull back, and then you're able to curl up. Let me go to the 2-hour chart while I'm just talking about it. Where was I at? So divergence in the 2-hour to pull down, and then you're able to curl up into positive territory, which would mean that if this is going to play out, the 30-minute could go through something bad, really bad, and then curl up to the upside, something like that, and then curl back up to the upside and actually get down here and get to that full 2-hour pullback, and then we'll have to see if the bulls are able to hold either here or here, and we're able to take control. But right now I'm heavily inclined to pay attention to that divergence and to pay attention to lower highs in the market. And that's pretty much it for me today. Another phenomenal trading day. Nailed those levels. If you watched yesterday's video, you did phenomenally well. We had those that perfect between 615 and 615.15 level that I called out this morning. Like, hey, if this thing gets down here, which it did, it got right here to what am I on the 2-hour chart? Let me get to the 30-minute chart. It did get down here to that 615. Actually, it got down here to 615.05. That was the low, and this is like, hey, this is as much as it's going down. We've got all that positive GEX expiring at the end of day today at 6,200, which is why I said, today was one of the easiest setups I've ever seen in the SPY, where I know this thing is going to pull down. I know what the bulls like to do. I know what the market likes to do. Whenever we pull down into this area, they want those contract expirations to expire not worthless, so we're just going to squeeze up here. And we actually got all the way up to freaking, I think, almost 620. Did we get there? What was the high? 619.22. So it was actually a phenomenal day. I took SPX 6200 calls. I didn't play SPY. I was fairly confident. So, another phenomenal trading session. And we're looking forward to seeing you guys on the Discord tomorrow. Pay attention to this gamma flip line. We do have Powell in the morning, so please pay attention. Right now, this thing, maybe the 30-minute curls down tomorrow, and we see something crazy. We just have to be paying attention to that. And other than that, you guys, good luck tomorrow, and I'll see you in the Discord.